After spending a few incredible days checking out the stunning scenery and mountains in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, we took a beautiful train ride through the mountains, plus a bus, to our final destination in Germany, Füssen. This charming town in southern Germany's Bavarian Alps is known for its proximity to fairy tale castles, including the most famous castle in the entire country. And today we're going to finally get to see it with our own eyes.
Oh wow!
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh!
Hello.
Thank you so much. See you later.
Today we are going to visit two castles, the very famous Neuschwanstein Castle and the nearby Hohenschwangau. The castles are located in Schwangau, which is a town 5 minutes outside of Füssen. To get here, we had planned to take a bus, but it's the day after Christmas and they aren't fully running, so we took a taxi to the entrance area instead. And from here, you can take a shuttle bus, a horse-drawn carriage, or walk the rest of the way to the castles, which is what we're gonna do. Neuschwanstein Castle is about a 40-minute walk and Hohenschwangau is about 30 minutes, and we're gonna check out Neuschwanstein first. This area likely wouldn't be what it is today without King Ludwig II. For years, Bavaria was ruled by the Wittelsbach dynasty, with King Ludwig II taking the throne in 1864. However, he was a reluctant king. Instead of focusing on state affairs, he was much more interested in art and architectural projects. He spent the majority of his private royal revenues on lavish palaces, including the Linderhof Palace and Herrenchiemsee, with one of his most famous projects being the Neuschwanstein Castle.
Oh wow!
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh! It looks way closer in real life than all the photos. Oh my gosh!
That is so pretty. Oh my gosh. On the drive out here and being in town the last day or so, you know, you get glimpses of the castle, and in my first thought in my head was like, it's kind of small. But now being on the bridge, like right here, bam, it is way bigger than I thought it was. Man.
After seeing photos of this castle from this exact spot for years and years and years, it is surreal to be standing here and experiencing it for myself.
I knew that we were walking to a bridge, so it's gonna be spanning a big open area, but I didn't realize there was gonna be a massive, giant, beautiful gorge down there with this water rushing. Man, it's so beautiful here.
This bridge is the most iconic viewpoint of Neuschwanstein Castle, but it's actually normally closed in the wintertime, so we did not think we'd have the chance to walk on it, but it's still open, and I am just so grateful to be standing here right now. But besides this bridge, you can actually walk up to the castle, so we're gonna head down to get a closer look.
The Neuschwanstein Castle began construction in 1869 and was intended to be an escape and private residence for King Ludwig II. However, it was never fully completed. Ludwig moved in as construction was ongoing, but he began to run out of money and died in 1886 after only living in it for a total of 172 days. It was then opened to the public shortly after in order to recoup the debt of the construction. Since then, it has been featured in movies and inspired art, most notably Disneyland's Sleeping Beauty Castle. However, despite being a castle, it is technically a palace as it didn't have any fortifications. Today, it is now one of the most popular tourist destinations in all of Europe with over 1.4 million visitors per year, and it's easy to see why. It is picture perfect.
The exterior of the castle is so perfect looking that it almost looks fake, and I think just knowing that Walt Disney designed the Disney castle after this castle just keeps getting in my head, and it keeps making me think that this is just some sort of prop or movie set and not a real palace.
I just love how detailed the sides are and all the towers. It's just like very intricate, and then also for how old it is, it seems like it's very well taken care of, and it almost Kind of looks new.
It is free to view the outside of the castles, but you can pay to go on a tour of the inside. However, we're not going to be touring Neuschwanstein. We actually hear that Hohenschwangau is a bit more interesting inside because it was actually lived in for years, but we have a bit of time to kill before our tour, so we're gonna head down to Alpsee Lake, which is a beautiful lake right below the Hohenschwangau Castle.
There are some restaurants around here, but we decided to pack some sandwiches to have a picnic with a view.
Many people come here for the castles, but we love mountains and lakes, so the scenery right here is just as exciting, if not even more exciting than the castles for us. And even if there were no castles in this area is worth coming to alone just for the amazing views. This lake is so clear, I can't get over it. I'm watching ducks swim on it, and you can see their legs perfectly just underwater because it's so clear. This is incredible. This duck is so close to me right now. He wants my sandwich, but I'm not feeding him. But he's so cute. Hi.
All right, and now it's time for our second and final castle of the day, Hohenschwangau.
The Hohenschwangau Castle has been mentioned in records since the 12th century, changing owners over time and being partially destroyed during different wars. In 1832, King Maximilian II, the father of King Ludwig II, acquired the ruin and had the castle rebuilt. So while the current version wasn't built by King Ludwig II, he spent much of his childhood living in it.
Compared to Neuschwanstein, this castle is so much more vibrant with its bright yellow color, and it also has more of a classic appearance. Neuschwanstein kind of looks like a movie castle, whereas this is the kind of castle that I would draw as a kid growing up, with the little, I don't know what to call them, block look to it.
But as we mentioned, we're going to be touring the inside of Hohenschwangau, which we are super excited about. It costs €47 for the both of us, and the tour is about 45 minutes long. But with both castles, you can't take any photos or videos inside, so we'll see you when we get out. We really enjoyed that tour, and we think this is the first time we've ever done a guided tour of a castle, and we learned so much more than we ever could have on our own. And some of the favorite things that we learned in there was that almost everything in there was part of the original inventory, including a crusty old piece of bread all the way from 1891 that was super stale.
Something else that we learned is that the walls are all hollow, and that allowed the servants to pass through the building, through the walls, to service different things in the building. We even got to see the doors that they would sometimes have to crawl through or walk through to get into the walls. But beyond the tour, we had such a great day here at the castles. Before coming here, we read so many mixed reviews. People said it's super touristy, super overrated, and while it is definitely very touristy, I don't know, from like the second that we walked on that bridge this morning and saw Neuschwanstein. I have a really hard time saying that one. We were just in awe.
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe reading negative things helped kind of tamper our expectations, but we've just been really impressed the whole day.
But this area is much more than the castle, so tomorrow we're going to explore more of the town of Füssen. Real quick, we wanted to share with y'all that we have some new merch items for sale, and first we have this awesome coffee mug. Our friends over at Shopgood in OKC designed a super cool ceramic campfire style coffee mug for us, which features our Home on Wheels brisket. And by popular request, we also now have stickers. This adorable sticker pack has 5 stickers, including a taco sticker, Kona sticker, and of course, a pillowy sticker. And for those who want help planning their own adventures, we also launched some digital items like an Alaska Highway ebook, which is over 100 pages of everything you need to know to drive the Alaska Highway to Alaska, which was one of the best adventures of our lives. We also have an ebook all about how to road trip to Utah's 5 national parks with itineraries for each park, where to stay, a packing list, and more. To check everything out, head on over to adventuresofaplusk.com/shop. All right, now back to the video.
While we've been here, we've been staying about 10 minutes west of the main part of town at an Airbnb. By the time we booked our lodging, our options were pretty slim, but we really lucked out with this place. It has a great kitchen that we cooked many meals in, a living room with a nice big couch to watch movies on, a large table to work at, and a wood-burning fireplace that we loved warming up with. But our favorite part is that this is just steps away. We have this gorgeous meadow behind us, a lake, and these epic mountain views. There are also a handful of trails in this area, and a few days ago we went on a hike up to the Falkenstein Castle ruins, which is actually the highest castle in Germany at 1,277 meters. The castle has been around since the 16th century and was even purchased by King Ludwig II in 1883 to be rebuilt, but he died shortly after and it was never finished.
The ruins are free to visit and the scenery from up there was incredible, with bright green meadows, lakes off in the distance, epic mountain peaks, and a river running through the valley. So we highly recommend going while in Füssen. And we highly recommend the Airbnb as well, but today is our last day here and this morning we have to check out, so we're gonna go pack up, hop on a bus, and explore the town of Füssen.
We're taking the train later today, so we're storing our luggage at the train station, and there is one inside, and we walked in and it says out of order, and so we panicked a bit because we did not want to lug this around all day. But thankfully we asked, and there's another one out here, and it takes coins. I hope we have enough coins.
Trying to lock this with this key. Seems it's like it's jammed or something. Yeah, I think we lost $4 because they won't give it back. Oh no. And this one won't accept it. It keeps giving me the money back. Ay. Please lock. Why won't you lock? I'm guessing this is out of order too, because none of these are working. The key's not working. Let's go see if we can find some help. We tried 2 hotels and they said no, they only do it for guests, so we were accepting our fate that we were gonna have to lug our bags around all day, but I just wanted to try one more, and I went in and asked, and they said yes! They are saving our life today. We can't share their name, they don't want to be known because they don't normally do this, only for guests, but we're so thankful.
Oh, we're so thankful.
That would have been a big pain.
Füssen is the highest town in the Bavarian Alps and is known as the romantic soul of Bavaria. The town dates back over 700 years with mountains and lakes surrounding it, plus cobblestone streets, colorful buildings, and a medieval vibe. It kind of feels like walking in a storybook.
It's our last day in Germany. Have to have one more bratwurst. And I'm getting mustard all over myself.
That might be the juiciest one we've had yet. I got mustard on my head.
Mustard there, mustard
Oh
there.
no.
My messy girl. Eating a bratwurst in a plaza of a beautiful Bavarian town with violin music playing, church bells ringing off in the distance, people all milling about on a gorgeous day. How does it get any better?
We just grabbed some flat whites from Füssener Kaffeerösterei, and we're currently walking about 15 minutes to Lechfall, which is a man-made waterfall on the Lech River. When we got into town a few days ago, it was Christmas Eve, and our Airbnb host was kind enough to not only pick us up from the bus stop, but also take us on a little mini tour of town. And she took us to this waterfall, and it is so gorgeous that we had to come check it out again. This is insane!
The water has a milky blue color, which is due to the mineral content in the stones and the water temperature, and it winds through this narrow gorge, and it is absolutely raging.
Not only are there castles just outside of Füssen, but there's a castle inside the town as well. Hohes Schloss was built in the 15th century and was once used as a summer residence for the Prince Bishops of Augsburg. It is now an art museum, but supposedly you can climb the tower to see views of the city, so we're gonna try to figure out how to do that.
So it's €5 per person to go into the tower, and they ask that you leave your bag here. We should have just brought all of our luggage here. We have made it to the top. The views are amazing, and they said you can open these windows too. Maybe not that one.
We're having a very hard time opening and closing and locking things today.
Yeah, let's try maybe one of these. Ah. Sweet.
Woo! We are up here. Man, the views are incredible. You have the mountains, the river, and the entire town. And I just love all the triangular, pointy roofs in town.
The sign over here says that back in the day there was a guardian that lived up here so he could keep an eye on the area and on the town. Man, he had the best view. This is the prime spot.
We are so sad to leave Germany. We had such a fun time here. We got to finally check off a bucket list item of going to Christmas markets. We visited so many charming towns, ate tons of new food, and as you've seen, saw so much gorgeous scenery.
There is so much more of Germany that we would love to check out, but we still have 4 more countries to visit on this trip. And next up, we're jumping on a train back to the Munich airport to head north. That was a steep climb up. Had to unzip my jacket, let the pits breathe a little bit. Don't mind me, just adding a little more deodorant. Don't want anybody to smell me.
Don't want to stink up the castle.
Yeah.
Deodorant in Germany is very interesting. It's like
Yeah.
a ball that just rolls around. There's no like spinning thing on the bottom. Very unique.
Hello.